I really loved it, how she spent a lot of time right at the beginning of every project to try and get everything right.
In my experience working with Abstrabit, we could tell that the team that was leading our project was very personable, apart from being talented and competent and, driven.
They didn't just resolve our tasks, they also challenged us to really understand what the problems were. Hi, my name is Alex and I lead commercial strategy and operations at Sapyen. Sapyen is a modern at-home male fertility testing platform designed to make semen analysis more accessible, accurate and clinically useful.
My name is Nazim, Babayv, and I'm a Chief Operating Officer at Lasica Inc. At Lasica, we specialize in unique labeling solutions for medical devices in the long-term care industry.
My name is Damon and I work for compliancehelp consulting, really focusing on ensuring that companies achieve ISO certification in the shortest possible time.
I've interviewed 5 different service providers in this field. When we decided to start Lasica, we had a clear understanding that this was going to be a very technically driven challenge.
I had been working before with other software developers, and we were never really able to finish anything with those other developers, and we poured a lot of money into them as well. Just recurring problems, things that they weren't able to resolve. It was just, you couldn't send it out into the marketplace.
We needed a way to go from manual to automation in order to actually be able to scale efficiently. We're impressed in particular with 2 parts. One was the Abstrabit choice of cloud infrastructure. And the other was the way they approached large language models and could essentially use that AI technology to automate tasks that were taking us a very long time to do manually.
The reasons we chose to work with Abstrabit was the fact that Abstrabit could offer a complete in-house package that we needed. We needed a website to be produced. We needed a web app, as well as we needed a ongoing maintenance of both website and the web app. And out of our experience, and the interviews that we did, Abstrabit could tackle all 3 of those specifications, which is, to us was a very big deal to work with one service provider who could tackle all 3 of those items.
But when I met with Shobaraj, I was impressed with her just humanness. She seemed to understand the needs very well. I really loved it, how she spent a lot of time right at the beginning of every project to try and get everything right before we even started. So she'd get all the ideas, the whole concept. She would engineer everything first. And I've been really impressed that she's been able to implement absolutely everything that we wanted to implement. Been a great outcome of working with Shobaraj.
The additional sort of thought they put into it, they didn't just resolve our tasks, they also challenged us to really understand what the problems were that we were trying to solve and came up with ideas in how we could do it better.
A lot of times when we choose to work with a services provider, we'll look at the track record, we'll look at the project completion history, we'll look at their expertise, credentials, and all of that is very important. But I want future possible clients who are considering working with Abstrabit also pay a very considerable attention to the human factor. It is much easier working with competent and talented people who are personable than competent and talented people who are non-personable. In my experience working with Abstrabit, we could tell that the team that was leading our project was very personable, apart from being talented and competent and driven. They were very personable, very attentive to details on a uniquely human level.